Right everyone, so we're back at the Peak District and we've come back to Ladybower Reservoir to try and solve a little mystery that we picked up on in late 2022. Can you remember this? Yeah, the old narrow gauge railway track that disappeared under the grass, and we found out that it curved around over here. You've just seen Richard's head there, and went off up here, and it was used for the construction, there's Leah, of the tunnel just down there. Can you remember that? Which heads off towards Castleton underneath Win Hill. So what we've done, we've brought a metal detector with us, and we're going to see if we can trace any further remnants of the track going under the grass. So back down here, where everybody's just watching me, we've got that track, look, so that shoots off in that direction, and the other one curves around just here towards the tunnel, and a little bit of evidence just down here of sleepers, look. Okay, so now we've caught up on what we found last time. We're going to get the metal detector out and attempt to follow it up and see if we could trace this route and where the track is still under this grass going this way. So a little view of what it looks like. You've got the A57, that yellow line going from left to right at the top. You've got Ladybower Reservoir dominating the map. The purple line on the right is the former Bamford and Howden Railway. But we're popping down here, and the small water transfer tunnel exits just here out of the side of Win Hill, and our little railway is also down here, dating back to, I believe, the 1950s. If I zoom right in, that is where the tunnel comes out, and this area of grassland is where this former trackbed, we believe, may still be hidden below the grass. Let's go down there and we'll have a play about with this metal detector, which I've never used one of these before. So you may want to comment below if I've got anything wrong, but let's give it a good shot. So if we get across here, pretty much in line, the metal detector is picking something up. What's it telling us?
Steel.
Steel. Which you can't hear out of the shadow now. So I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but that's flashing up steel just there, around about 3 inches down.
Yeah. That's about right.
So I wonder if we went that way, it'd pick up the other one. If anyone can guess the tune, comment below. So let's move a bit further down. So it's still so we're still picking it up, aren't we? Yeah. And it is pretty much the rails are there, and we're just walking along in this direction in a straight line towards the metal detector there. Oh, so I've now been trusted with a metal detector, and I've got to try and find, here it is. See, it's still flashing up steel on the left hand side, around about 2.5 inches down. There it is, still there. So as you can see, the water has eroded away the embankment. So has the railway actually disappeared and collapsed and gone? So the metal detector is picking up something there, and then absolutely nothing. Turn the camera around, there's no evidence of anything railway-like. Let's go across sideways away from the bank. Ah, there we go. So it's picking it up again, look, steel. So is this going to be where the second trackbed is? And is it going to stay if we keep going forward? Not currently. So just here, we're still picking it up, and it is still flashing steel. So if I pick this up and point you in the direction, you've got to imagine the rails coming out of the embankment right above the circular part of the metal detector. Can you pick it up again? Not just yet. Let's keep trying. There we go. flashing up still, so we are getting a good idea that there is still quite a bit of this rail, but I think it's not picking it up so well because it is, oh there we go, look. So we're going to push on a little bit more. It has gone a bit quiet now, so we may have gone beyond the end of the rails. It's not, there we go, so it's still flashing, there we go, look. So it is still there. Not found anything valuable yet. Let's keep going. But you don't know if the embankment is any higher, because it looks like I've gone uphill looking behind. So the rails are going to be further down. But it does dip down again further down. There we go. Picked it up again, look. So that's how far we've come now. You can see some people in the distance. I'd say I've probably done about 30-40 metres. And it's still there. Could all end up in Buxton, you know, if we keep doing this. Or is it Glossop?
Glossop.
Oh, it's gone quiet again. There it is, right there. For reference, the A57 is just over there.
Can you see a bit there?
And you can see Ashipton Viaduct in the distance. There we go, we found what looks like a fish plate. And that has just come out of the embankment here. So I've been metal detectoring, here you go. So there's the rails just there, look. And that fish plate was just there. And apparently that's made of silver, but we know it's not made of silver. Oh, it's gone back to steel again. So we put the fish plate back where we found it, look. Right by the water's edge. That's the view looking over towards Ashipton. So we come up beyond those trees just there, and consistently we're not picking anything up from the last time we heard it, which was just the other side of those trees. So what we're going to do is go back there and walk back to the rails that are protruding out the side of the embankment, and try and measure how many feet it is, so we get a rough idea of how long it actually is.
Okay.
So this is the last bit of evidence we've got. The fish plate is just down there, and the metal detector was going off around here, but now it's, there we go. So that's about as far as I'm going to get. So you can see where we are. We've got those trees just there. Helena's Head won't be there if you come and visit at a later date, so you can't use that as a marker point. So I'm going to measure by feet how far it is down to the other end. So 138 feet later, we've come down here and we've metal with this, so that is pretty much how long it is. Now, we haven't metal detected this bit yet. It might be worth just a little look. So that's the track that goes off towards the tunnel. So 138 feet in that direction is the length of the main tracks. So we're now just going to try and follow that little bit around, which goes up to the tunnel under Wynn Hill, and already you can hear it is being picked up. If I jump down the embankment, I can show you there's a remains of a wooden sleeper just there, look, which is curious because the rest of it was obviously steel. There's another one just there, look. So, and you can hear the metal detector playing its tune, or you were until I decided to put it on camera. So there's a sleeper, and there you go, you can hear the detector playing its little tune there. And that should curve off around the tunnel, which I'll show you at the end. It's still going, look. There we go. What's it saying? Still flashing up. Still. Around about 2 inches down. So we've come around, the rails are right there, you can just make them out. And we've come around here. The last sleepers we've found are here, and the last part of metal detection was also about there. It then curved around and went in towards the tunnel. And metal detector is not picking anything else up. I'll show you the tunnel now, just to give you a reference of where it actually went at the other end and why. So briefly looking back towards the far end, the northern side of Ladybower, just here where we've come away from the start of the track, it protrudes out just there. You've got to imagine that all this, there was probably numerous sidings, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. There'd have been stone huts. There's probably like smoke coming out of these buildings, maybe even sawmills, because they probably have had to have chopped down trees in the area, and all sorts of equipment, wheelbarrows, spades, because this would have been the hotspot and the hub of where the workforce were based to create that tunnel. So this is where it would have curved around, and back in the day water used to be released in here as part of a diversion scheme, and it would have come down that chute down here. Now a few of you would have seen this before, and we've still not ventured inside, but I'd like to think one day we probably might be able to get the opportunity. Now this would take you all the way, believe it or not, Castleton, and I do know where the other end is. Now in the previous video I believe this one went off towards Edale and Netherboth. Now I was right, there is a tunnel towards Netherboth, but that portal is a little bit further up there. I'm going to find that another day and make another video out of that. This one is for another video which will follow soon after this one. I'm going to try and find the other end at Castleton. So another look at the maps, and a little bit closer this time. So this is where the tunnel comes out and the footpath crosses, and as far as the track curves around away from the tunnel, and at this point just here is as far as the metal detector is picking up track. Now this is a little image of Rivlin Tunnel, or the exit of it, when it was under construction in the very early 1900s, around like 1901 I believe it was. So this should give an idea of what this area pretty much must have looked like when it was under construction. Now again, I don't understand why I cannot come across any photos of this, considering this tunnel that we're at today was constructed a good 50 odd years later. We know how far the track went, most likely in that direction. We know where the one just here, where that sleeper is, and the other sleeper's curved around towards the tunnel. What we don't know, and we'll probably never know, is how far this one went over there, and why, and where did it go. So if anyone does know any information on this, any old pictures from back in the day, because there's photographs of Rivlin Tunnel just over there, and that was built 50 years before, so there must be some pictures or archives of this little area. Thank you very much to Richard for bringing his detector.
No problem.
If we find any more Richard mysteries, we'll bring the detector along as well and find them out. And Leah the dog, there she is, look, she's been a great use. I don't know where Helena's gone, but she'll say bye-bye anyway. She's just coming out of the woods. Take care, see you in the next video, bye-bye. I've got to do another outro because now she's out of the woods. Comments below if you want to know what she was doing in the woods. Thanks everyone for coming.
No problem.
We're going to go and do something else a little bit later.
Pub time.
Yes, I was just about to laugh because that just sounded really wrong. But
Save the day.
now, so mentioning the Rivlin Tunnel a little bit earlier, you might remember if you've seen that video, there was that stone house nicknamed the Spooky House about a mile away from Ladybower Reservoir and its plug hole. We're going to go and spend the night there, and that is going to be in the very next video.
Iron or whatever that's made out of steel.
It's definitely something about the Pet Shop Boys.